Hi, fellow traders. What's happening? I hope you guys had a great week. I'm going to do a weekly recap. I hadn't done these in a couple of years, but a couple of members have been asking for it since I've been back on my own. And I'm going to do it, and we'll see how it goes today. But I want to share, before I get started, I want to wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day. It's one of my favorite holidays, basically. Maybe it's me being selfish, being a father, but it's one of my favorite holidays. Then the markets closed on Monday because we're celebrating Juneteenth here in the U.S. So a nice long holiday weekend. I plan to enjoy it. I hope the weather stays good and spend some quality time with the fam. But as always, I do like to start off my recaps with a message. This is very, very powerful. And if you are having trouble with any of these, consider joining the community and taking part in the mentoring programs that I have. They are designed to help you get to that next level. I'm not creating sheep. I'm not sucking you in and having you buy more stuff. It's one you pay for one membership and you get everything. And it's for life. It never expires. So you take a couple years off like some people have and they come back, everything is still here for you. And if you haven't, that means you haven't gotten in touch with me. So I want to talk about these trader traps. These are traps that we could get caught in, and a lot of traders get caught in these and never know how to get out. The first one, caring about what other traders are saying or doing. Too many of us are caught up with people posting winners, showing, their winning charts on social media, or posting them in the community that you're in. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you start letting that get into your head and you start comparing yourself and other people's journey and timetable to yourself, that becomes a trap. And that's a trap that really, I'm not going to say most, but a lot of traders get caught in, that keeps them from ever being a successful trader. Too much input and noise. Again, you could be in a room where you just have way too much input. There's people coming from everywhere. Or, you could have news going all day and have scanners flashing in your face all day. I set the example in our community. You have one voice, one teacher. That's what you hear. No unnecessary noise, nothing to fill the time, because you have to learn how to be a independent trader. Okay, you got to learn how to deal with these downtimes. And that's a lot of what I teach you as well. You don't hear my news going off during the trading day. I don't have a scanner that runs live during the day. A lot of these things I eliminated along my journey. And that's how I can tell people that are just getting started and just figuring things out or trying to figure things out, and people who've got it figured out. An ambulance chaser eventually gets run over. And that's not me. We build our watch list in the morning and we trade it the rest of the day. Now, if something big happens, then we may pivot, but that's a rare occasion. You got to cut down on how much input and noise that you have. The Benzinga Pro squawk, the live squawk, doesn't get cut on until aftermarket earnings, because we need to know when earnings are announced and have an idea of whatever else is going on with it. Other than that, the squat on Benzinga Pro is not going anywhere. Now, Benzinga Pro is up because if something happens in the market, I can quickly go and figure out what's going on. But I'm not watching it. I'm eliminating all that noise. And the more noise I eliminated, the more indicators and all these studies and everything that doesn't matter, the more I got rid of, the better my trading got. And I am still doing it today. So you listen to any professional trader that actually does this for a living will tell you, you don't need all these training wheels. You get too much of this and you start spouting out terms that sound good but really are traps for independent retail traders because we don't have everything we need to make that work for us. You'll know. But trust me, my mentor, told me, and he's really hit me to a lot of stuff that I've been sharing with you. Dwelling on past trades. This is something that traps us too. We take a loss and we just can't shake it. Our whole day we're thinking about the loss that we took, whether we made a mistake or the market or just trade just didn't work. And it causes us to make bad decisions. It clouds our judgment, causes us to make bad decisions. We don't want that. All right? We need to keep that out of our mind. Fearing change. We have to change up. The market changes. Okay? We have to adjust, improvise, adjust. Improvise, adapt, overcome. That's what we have to do in the market. I've talked about this before. We don't make wholesale changes in our strategy. We just make small adjustments and, work. The other thing that we fear change in is our belief system. The belief system that we grew up with and that we were taught doesn't really work in trading. Okay, trading is a whole new animal. And that's where my trader mindset program comes in, and that's where it's helping you. As a matter of fact, every mentoring program that I have that I go over with my mentees has components in it that deals with the mental aspect of trading, because trading is over 90% mental. The strategies are all basically the same. Okay, either breakout, breakdown, or continuation. There's one of those three things. Four. Breakout, breakdown, continuation, or trend reversal. It's, a reversal. It's one of those four things. So it's not the strategies. It's changing the way you approach trading, the way you look at it, your value system when it comes to trading. Avoiding accountability. This is big. We tend to blame everything and everybody but ourselves on our trades not working. And we have to come in and accept responsibility. If my internet goes out, I got to accept responsibility for it. Okay? Because I chose it. And when I got in the trade, I knew getting in that anything can happen. When you're dealing with electronic stuff online, you're dealing with the internet, anything can happen. So I accept whatever happens. If something happens with the platform, with DOS, or they lose connection with the server at TD Ameritrade or whatever, I'm responsible. Ultimately, the person that's responsible is the man in the mirror. So we can't avoid accountability. If we do, again, we will never grow and we will never get to where we need to be. Focusing too much on loss. Okay, one of my pet peeves has always been, when I get in a trade, the first thing somebody asks me is, what's your stop loss? What's your stop? Okay, I'm not focusing on the stop. I already know what my risk is. Okay, I'm not focused. That's not the first thing I focus on. I know you've heard the saying, where your focus goes, your energy flows. And if your focus is on stops, then guess what? Your ass will be stopped out damn near every trade you take. You're going to bring about the very thing that you're trying to avoid. You cannot focus more on loss. Okay, establish your risk, but the focus needs to be on executing your edge in the market. If you do that, you're going to have more wins than losses, and you're going to be just fine. But if you focus on loss too much, you will get stopped out before the move even happens. You'll take your trade off before you can really make the profit that you should make on it. There's too many things that will happen when you focus too much on loss. So that in itself is a trap. All right. And also, this can go along with focusing too much on loss. Getting caught up in being right. You don't want to be wrong. So that causes you to try to pick and choose trades that you're going to take based on whether being right or wrong, and not based on looking at the trade. You got a profit window that's still valid. When the entry triggers, you take it. When it doesn't, you don't. It's just that simple. All right. So I think this is taking too long. So I probably won't do a recap. It'll be a different video. But mindset is everything. No, I'll do it. Mindset is everything in trading. Okay. Remember, mindset is everything. I can't stress it, any more than that. So I did live recaps on most of these trades. So just kind of want to give you an overview of my week, and I want you to pay close attention to how consistent the strategies are and how consistent my execution is of these strategies. That's what I want you to pay close attention to. All right, so Meta, this was a opening range breakout. It ran up too fast for me to take profit. Really, I couldn't even get my profit target in. It pulls back, it holds support, and we finally work our way up to where I can get some profit, and then it stops me out at break even. You can see later in the day, this thing broke out and made a big run. I mean, Meta's been running basically all week. You do have some rest days here in the middle, but it's basically been running all week. Okay, Oracle, this had earnings aftermarket, but I was looking at this to trade the breakout here. I got it, and then it pulled back. This did hold support, and I should have held on to it, but I was in too heavy. I was in 500 shares versus 300, and it hit max loss. And that's what took me out. Had I gone in with my normal size, I would have killed this trade. But, that was the mistake I made there. Here's the earnings. We broke out over the 5-minute earnings candle here, but it pulled back. It held support. This was kind of a flash crash. But I wasn't here. I wasn't even at the computer when this happened. I was making a pit stop. But this held support throughout the aftermarket. So this is what keeps me in trades overnight. If I'm going to hold an aftermarket earnings entry overnight, it's because it held support. Now, very rarely, you'll see me hold a short overnight. I just don't do that. But if it's a long, and you'll see a couple of them in this. I hold it, and you could see the next day. We'll see here in a minute the next day what it looks like. I did kind of overtrade on this, I think, but it is what it is. Here's the opening range breakout that I took, and it just failed, so I had to bail out of that. Here's where I don't know what the hell this is. Oh, okay, I got short here, but I had to bail out of this. I had to bail out of this on my phone because I had gone to lunch. So I bail when I bail out on the TD Ameritrade app, it's not going to show in on the DOS chart. Any of you guys that's done that before, that the execution is not going to show on DOS. So that's what happened here. I did get short, ended up having to bail out and taking a hit on that. And this is BA. This is a reversal attempt on BA. I got in and ended up getting one target, got a base hit on it, but ended up down almost $800 on the day. So didn't start the Monday out the way I wanted to. It wasn't a good day. And a lot of it had to do with me and fighting Tesla. So on Tuesday, same old mess. Bought the breakout, did not hold, and it came screaming back. Still, the uptrend is still intact, but I've got to respect my max loss. So I took my max loss, flipped it short, and got a little base hit here. So I got a little bit of my money back, not much, but a little bit of it back. That was Netflix, and then Meta. Meta was selling off this day, so I got short once it confirmed going red on the day, and got a base hit on that. Nothing to write home about. And then here is the Oracle aftermarket earnings. This is the continuation here. Okay, if you remember, I got in and I held it because it held support. Here are the profit targets that I hit going into pre-market. And then here, it pulled all the way back and I took the last piece off. Once we got under the 5-minute opening range low, shorted it. That's the strategy. As soon as it breaks the low, short it. Started nailing profit targets. Okay, it kind of consolidated here on the linear regression channel. Got some profit. I don't know. I can't remember what I did here. I can't find my notes on this one. But I got short and got a piece of it, and then I ended up getting short again. It's like I shorted here. Oh, I got you. I shorted, and after I took this last piece off, but I accidentally covered all of it. Here I shorted again here, and got some profit here, then added back and kind of did the same thing. I mean, I worked this pretty much all day. Pretty much all day I worked this thing. So it turned out to be a pretty decent day on Oracle. This was just a continuation of the earnings. All right, here is my Netflix trade. Here I bought it, took some profit here, took some more profit here, and then here bailed out. Here's Nvidia. Right here I took at the open. And pretty much got a full pull on this. No, I didn't. I got a double And then once I take my second profit target, my profit target, my stop is going to be at the level I took my first profit target. So, here, this is where I stopped out. It actually didn't run back up. I don't have the whole chart on here, but it actually didn't run back up. And then here's a Tesla trade where I got short here, and again got, Tesla is just my nemesis here. I probably need to quit trading Tesla at the open, but when it works, it works. But you can see I got short here, got stopped out, got short here once we went back red on the day, took some profit here, and then stopped out at break even. You can see it didn't really do anything until the market closed on Wednesday, but $1,100 on Wednesday, not bad. Not bad. We had made up for Monday, and we were cooking with gas. Now, Thursday, I forgot to put the trade log on here. Just a dumbass. But when I did the live recap, you should be able to see it there. So Microsoft, here's a 5-minute opening range breakout, and just nailing profit targets. Okay, and all of these trades, let me tell you, a lot of these stocks that I'm trading, if they're not on earnings, they're coming from the new scan that I run every morning, the one that I share with everybody in the community, and it's the one that we're gonna use after earnings season. So we're in that lull between earnings seasons. And, I tested this. I didn't back test it. I live tested it, alongside of trading every day for 6 months before I shared it with you and we started trading it live. And for the first week, it worked out. Now, yeah, Netflix is on my watch every day. Meta's on my watch every day. But when it hits the scan, it puts them at the top. And it allows me to focus on these that have the best opportunity of moving. And that's exactly what happened this week. All right, so really nice trade on Microsoft out of the gate. Waited until we came back and we broke out again later in the day, well after lunch. Got a nice move here. Didn't get the profit up here. I was being a little bit too greedy and, had to take it off at break even. But still a pretty decent day. NVIDIA, I got in here and added here. I was really being stubborn with this. This is an error. This kind of gives you an idea of the mindset I was in on Thursday. I wasn't in the right frame of mind. So I got in here, I turned around and added, and did get some profit up here, but ended up having to stop out at break even. So what I got on this versus what I risked on this doesn't really make sense. This is a trading error. Even though it made money, it's still a losing trade. I made an error on this. I'm not one to add to losing trades. When I start doing that, that means I'm out of sync, I'm out of sorts, and I need somebody to slap the hell out of me so I don't do stupid stuff like this. But that's that. And you can see ADBE, we got the first leg of ADBE here. This is the earnings trade, and then here I got the reversal here, got a piece of it. When I took this off at break even, I added back to see, because I thought we were going to bounce. We didn't. We held support, and that's where we came into today. So yesterday was a pretty good trade, and here's today. This is yesterday's action. But here's my price action here. This is where I took profit. Here and here. And then I had to bail out when it came back down at the open. 5-minute opening range breakdown. Shorted under the 100. Profit, profit. Add back. Profit, profit. I reversed it here. I bought it, got profit here, and then it came back and stopped me out. And then later on in the day, I got in under this level here and rode it all the way down. So a banner day on ADBE. And then I had a nice little base hit on Meta. I did take Meta off early because we were losing it. We lost a 9, so I took it off. I wasn't going to let it come all the way back down. But my best day this year. Okay, my best day this year. So that wraps up my week. Guys, I'm almost full with the Trader Mindset program. If you want to learn how to execute trades like this, this is what I teach. I am in the trenches with you every day. I'm in there with you every day. I'm not trying to create followers. I'm trying to teach you how to become your own trader. And the guys that are in here that are doing that are successful will tell you it's not about, creating sheep. It's about creating, individual strong traders. All right. So if you have any questions, email me, ed@averagejoetrader.org. I will be more than happy to answer any questions you have or help you out. But my membership's a lifetime. Once you buy, you're in for life. So there's no more subscription payments and no more expirations. Even the one-on-one mentoring is for lifetime. That doesn't expire. So come on in and check us out, and let me help you be the trader that you want to be.